Good afternoon, and welcome to Love, a Transformational Series. Let's join Hewlett now as she shares on this topic.
Welcome, and thank you for joining me again on our journey of love. I so appreciate your presence. Have you ever seen a weed or plant life growing through cemented sidewalk or through the crack in a brick structure? Sometimes it just amazes me how that happens, especially when there's no other plant life around in the area. You know, looking and seeing a plant come through the cement, you're like, wow, how did that happen? Well, sometimes it comes from birds dropping seeds or from the wind carrying seeds along the way. And somehow they get lodged in an area that is susceptible to growth. I want to talk to us on the topic, Love Grows. And in sharing about how it's amazing to see plant life grow through cement and brick structures, it reminds me of the power of love. Yes, love can grow in the harshest of conditions. It just takes one person to respond to a kind gesture to spark a conflagration, a huge blaze, a forest fire of goodness. Just one. If evil can spread quickly, why cannot the same happen for love? Love is much stronger than hate. We may think hate is stronger because we see it prevalent in our communities, on social media, on television, in the movies and songs, and even at sports events. But if you were to look at the impact love has had on our communities, we would see it much stronger and long-lasting. You know, God has placed a love in our hearts and has made it so that we are the vessels He uses to bring love into the earth. What's so wonderful about God's love, which is placed on the inside of us, His love is gracious. So with or without our saying yes to His will, He still loves us. My goodness, that just amazes me. How no matter what I've done, no matter where I've been, God still loves me. And as such, because He loves me, His love is now in me to go and plant it towards others in other places and to create love and goodness. So, do I have to know you to show love? No, we're talking about the agape love of God, which is unconditional and which is selfless. Do I need to hang around you to see if my love is going to change how you respond? No. We just need to do love. And I know it's something we've been saying in the series, but it is so important for us to really embrace the gravity and the importance of showing love through kind deeds and goodness and forgiveness and all that's involved in love. See, we often mistaken love for feelings. Now, don't get me wrong. I know there are aspects of the different types of love that include feelings. Feelings are important, but they're only one cog in the wheel. There are qualities such as kindness and stability and wisdom, a willingness to actively show up in our relationships, a desire to see the best for others are equally as vital to love. So in order for all those things to take place, for you to see the quality of kindness, stability, wisdom, see healthy relationship, there has to be love, because these are all representative of love. In order for something to grow, it must first be planted. So if I want to see stability, if I want to experience kindness, I've got to plant it myself. I've got to make sure that I am willing to, utilize the goodness that's been shown to me and pass it on to someone else. I have to be willing to forgive. I have to be willing to take the wrong so that others can move forward, so that the focus is not always on me, Me first, me second, me last, but I allow others to be promoted. I allow others to be showcased. I allow others to get attention. It's not always about me. We must first plant what we want to see happen. So we must make a conscious decision to plant love. Yes, we may have a good fight on our hands in promoting it, but please know we are not alone. God is at the helm of this thing. We're not alone. So the greatest place where love can grow is where it is least expected. It is least expected in a place where there's hate, where there's distrust and anger and unforgiveness and hopelessness. It's least expected in a place of resentment and jealousy and hunger and guilt. That's where it's least expected, and that's where it needs to be amplified. We need to plant love so it can grow. How do we go about doing this? Let's take a step in investing in others. Plant love and let love grow. Forgive. Plant love and let love grow. Choose to speak to someone who no one wants to be around. Guess what you're doing? You're planting love and you're allowing love to grow. Be gracious when it's least expected, and you'll be planting love and it will grow. So what we ought to do then is make ourselves available for someone to confide in us. That's also a way to plant love and let love grow. We must plant what we want to see. When I was coming up, my mom was great at raising plants, and she had a green thumb. And she used to, go and prune her plants. And I would take the clippings that she clipped off and put it in water and start the plant and make it become a bigger plant. And it would be in my room. I would take it to my office. Yes, from something that my mother clipped off. It was able to grow because I created an environment for it to grow. That's what we need to do. We need to plant love in the least expected areas where it's most needed, and we will begin to see a change. We will begin to see what we need to happen in the earth. I want to see goodness happen to our young people. Let's begin to plant love so that as they mature, they're the ones that now come into that love. We are the examples for them. We need to set an example of how to plant love, to allow love to grow. Love grows. And can I tell you again, it's not our obligation to make it grow. Our obligation is to plant it. And God will bring the increase. He will allow it to have an effect on the hearts and minds of those who need it most. Our role is to plant love, and it will grow. It will show up in the least likely places, and God will be glorified. You and I don't have to be around to see it. Let's just plant it. So can I challenge you on today? Find an area where love is least expected and plant some love. Plant some love where there's hate. Plant some love where there is unforgiveness. Plant some love where there is hopelessness, where there is hunger, where there is lack. Plant some love, because giving is a way of showing love. Blessing others is a way of showing love. Plant some love so that it will grow and our world will change for the better. Thank you for being with me this afternoon. I challenge us again. Go plant some love. Invest in others. Invest in others. And see God multiply it. And He will be glorified. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of your day. And I'll see you again next time.
Were you empowered and moved into action? We hope so. If we don't transform the world, who will? And if not now, when? See you next time. And remember to register for our upcoming Love Thrives Community Conference, June 22nd through 23rd. For more information, go to ilovenow.org. Thanks again for joining us. Bye for now.